practical tips if you find yourself in the middle of like a white hot scorpionic jealousy freak out attack. Maybe your partner's like at a party and they didn't text you back, or you're just like worried about someone they work with. Whatever kind of triggers you, right? And forces your brain to start like trying to connect all the dots that might not even exist. Sometimes it's just a thought, right? It starts with a feeling and then it snowballs. A subtle little feeling of a loss of control goes to such extremes, and then suddenly you're interrogating your partner in your head and you're like building these entire worlds of like, oh, they're doing this, what if they're doing that? And sometimes there can be a tendency for these moments to really boil over that makes it really hard to kind of stay rational. And I'm mostly talking about irrational jealousy here. Like if your partner is doing things that consistently bypass your boundaries or make you feel unsafe, that's a different story. But in the context of a healthy relationship, and you're just trying to manage these tendencies, the first thing to remember is try not to wage war with the thoughts. Try not to like win against them. Because sometimes the mind can trick you and that narrative can get so complex and think about all these hypotheticals, and rationality gets twisted with emotion. The best thing you can do is try and step out of that feeling. Find a way to self-regulate, like go out, go for a walk, get some exercise, maybe do some journaling. TLDR being like, don't react and try to take action when you're in that state, because let's be real, that rarely goes well. Second, ask yourself, is this just an emotional reaction to a feeling of lost control? Scorpio often craves like fixed emotional bonds, like guarantees that if they invest their emotions in something, it's not going to go away or hurt them. But life doesn't guarantee permanence. Like the entry cost of any love, to feel that feeling, is the possibility that it could be lost someday. Also remind yourself that like a break in a pattern, like they didn't quite follow through on something, like in itself, that doesn't mean betrayal. There are always going to be these flaws, these situations where you have to trust. And remember that these are moments when you really build that emotional muscle, when you really do the work of building faith in a partner in the wake of the unknown. A lot of fear and jealousy for Scorpios can come from a feeling of powerlessness, like they're going to be made a fool. Someone or something is going to humiliate them. But try and reframe the act of loving not as one of powerlessness and vulnerability, but one of power. Loving someone vulnerably without any inherent guarantees is powerful. If something bad does happen, that's on them. That's a reflection of them. But if you stay trapped in this mode of like trying to always be digging your fingernails in, you can actually self-fulfill the thing that you most fear. If there's still an issue you want to raise with a partner, you can always do that. This isn't about sacrificing or repressing your needs. It's about taking accountability and making sure that, those extreme heightened emotional moments where you descend into the abyss of paranoia don't end up self-sabotaging your relationship